Hello and welcome to August 2018 Energy Trends with Danielle Rama Hoffman and DivineTransmissions.com. This is Toth with the Rose Panel Beings of Light, including a particular blend of light beings such as Isis and the Magdalens that have the ascended mastery of midwifery, midwifing through love. The path of the Venus light, beings of light, are also present, and an expanded intergalactic council of light, including Sanat Kamara and the Tri and the Golden Stargate and others that are moving more to the forefront of this divine transmission. And we'd invite you, if you choose, to move more into the forefront of this divine transmission. For you are also a part of this council in this now moment. You wouldn't find yourself tuning in if there wasn't some vibrational resonance, some connection, some positioning that brought you here, as well as many, 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 many choices. We are delighted to be continuing our exploration of the 2018 energy trends. As you are aware of, July has been quite an eclectic month. We have invited you to follow the energy in July. It has had a very exploratory feel, and that exploratory feel also has supported the larger theme of 2018, which has to do with it being a recalibration year or a repositioning year. That there's a sense of movement in 2018 and the sense of, like, also with it being an 11 year, what is it that you're choosing to acknowledge or complete? And those aren't the same vibrations yet. Acknowledge, celebrate, and then complete, as in like you're wrapping it up, some part of your evolutionary cycle in 2018. And then what else is coming into the forefront? What else? And it may not be that there are any external changes at all. You may still live in the same house, have the same relationships, the same job, the same appearance, all of that. Yet internally, this repositioning may be happening. The energy that you're coming from a greater sense of union with yourself. So as this is a repositioning year, things are moving around. And if you have an awareness of, okay, things are going to move around this year as a norm, and we've spoken about this before, then when things move around, there can be a greater ease with it. Okay, this is par for the course. Maybe one day you think that you're going somewhere or doing something, and then that shifts and you find yourself somewhere else. And just allowing that energy, that following the energy, following the flow, which is part of what you were invited to play with and enjoy and practice in July, brings us to the energy of August. Now, August is it's reminding Danielle of when she had done white tantric yoga, Kundalini yoga, this partnered yoga. And she would do several days of this yoga. And afterwards, she had this feeling of like being hung upside down, and everything that she'd been carrying in her pockets. You can imagine if you're upside down, you have like overalls on with little pockets everywhere and a tool belt, you're turned upside down. Everything in your pockets just falling down. She had this image of that. And then afterwards, she would be like sitting in the middle of all of this empty pockets to then decide what she was going to move forward with, and then what she was really done with, including back in the wholeness, back in the oneness, back in the source from which it came. So August may have this feeling tone to it, or the sensation to it. And we don't mean upside down in an overwhelming way or in a stirred up way, yet in a like, okay, if you're going to be in a new place vibrationally, each moment of 2018 and also by this end of this year, then how do you get to this new place? Sometimes getting to a new place, and we mean vibrationally, it requires movement. It requires flow. It requires that you also start in a new place. Like if you were going to go for a walk every day and you leave from your house wherever you live and you're going to walk 30 minutes, no matter how differently you start that walk or you go a different route or how fast you walk, there's still an average of what territory you can cover immediately from your home. Yet if you were to drive 30 minutes and then walk from there, you're in a new territory. You're exploring new things. It's not the same thing. Now, we're not saying that everything has to be new. Yet we're talking about vibrationally, the combination of starting from a new place gets you to a new place. And sometimes movement is a part of that. Things get a little bit, routines get busted up. And it may be as simple, like for Danielle in the month of July, one of the things that she experienced was no internet. And not just no internet for an hour, yet no internet for more than a week. And then as a result, that opened up new places to be. That this video transmission is being streamed from a new place. So there's new territory that's explored. There's routines that get recalibrated. There's infinite possibilities. So in August, we would say that there's a little bit of movement to say, "Ooh, well, what about this?" And there's a sorting, like what still is current, what do you bring forward, what do you want to go more deeply into? And then here is what we would say is where a lot of the potency is in August, is choosing. It's choosing. Like at one point in an evolutionary cycle, it doesn't mean you have to choose in August, yet at one point there's exploring, there's exploring, there's exploring, there's exploring, there's visioning, there's visioning, there's visioning, there's visioning. Maybe you're going to do this, maybe you're going to do that. What about this? How about coming from this energy? And then there's choosing. Say, okay, you've explored all these things. Out of all these things, what are you choosing? And to choose whatever that you're choosing, to choose it from the vibration of it, a greater possibility, the vibration of it being a choosing of you, and not only you, yet your infinite you, your infinite self. Isha katanka tina hanasi tiwakaya shitiwakaya. Ikatina hanaya katiwasaya kaya. Good. And so we would provide an energetic transmission to support all aspects of that. A willingness to flow or to move, to allow yourself to be transported into a new place that you're coming from vibrationally that's more authentic and aligned with who you are. And then a greater ease with the sorting process and also choosing. And so we would ask, as we're bringing through this energy transmission, what could you choose in August that would then position the rest of this year to be at its highest expression possible? What could you choose? Because we know sometimes, again, we'll just say it one more time in another way. Sometimes, especially as you're living a guided life from the level of your higher self, from your communion with your direct counsel of light, your intuition, your gut instinct, you're leading a conscious life. And sometimes that conscious life, it has this path to it where you're looking at everything and looking at everything and looking for the synchronicities, looking for the guidance. And sometimes you have received all of the guidance. You've received all of the knowing. And so you know already. And then what if you choose it? Then what if you choose it? Then what if you choose it? I a ni sai I oi anka ia nana ni asaya. So we would actually spend a few moments sorting. So this is for sorting. You can imagine you're sitting in the middle of a pile of everything that you've been carrying around with you. And you're in the grass, maybe you're under a beautiful tree, and you have everything around you vibrationally, physically, and you're looking around at it, and then you're sorting. And maybe even as you're sorting it and you say, okay, I'm going to keep that, I'm not going to keep that, it's like it happens automatically through the choosing of it. So this transmission here is for sorting. Ooh, aya noi asa a oya ai aya aya sangaya di asa aya kai oya daya kania nania. Just because you have always done something a certain way, or come from a particular vibrational range, that does not mean that you will always continue that same trajectory. Aishatina Hanamukadia Usia Nahanu Soyama Soyahia Etoyama Sayamanga Uya Nani Ayani Sadahaya Hankaya Hakaya. So we're also tuning into like that split second knowing. You see it, you know it. It's not about pondering, ruminating, that you know it. You want this, not that. Done. So anywhere that you labor over decisions. Tick, 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 tick. Good. And then maybe you have this pile that you're going to sit with a little bit longer. Yet it usually you know. And the sitting with it a little bit longer, and this is what we would bring in next, doesn't have to do with your not knowing. It has to do with, well, there's some holding on, or the positioning hasn't been there, the divine timing, or whatever it is. There's some processing that you're still doing with it. So this is for honoring that, but then also recognizing, well, you can allow yourself to know in this split second, and then you can still speed up or slow down, and that's where the choosing is going to come from. So this is like you actually know in a split second, even if you're choosing not to do anything about it in this now moment. I oi I ta ka ti na sai I oi I o I ni muka I o I da o da I da o I umba na o I. So now we would complete with a transmission around choosing and choosing your divine self, your multidimensional self, choosing the flow of the quantum infinite possibilities. Imo na sai, isai ayumunga, ia no sotianga, I ayutoi ayanga di na sayangkaya kaya kaya shi. Isatai oi angati nasai oi ai ui antai ayapoi anga. Isakainaya oi satinahana oyani ayanani anana siwa. Ashati nananania kaya kaya tiwa kaya ni sakatiwa kaya niatiwa kaya kaya shitiwa. Oi shati ayonaya nanania kaya. What are you not choosing? Because you have a sense that there's a right or a wrong way to get to the choice. That if you actually just chose it, you would already have it. You may remember from our larger energy read on 2018 that one of the supercharged possibilities in 2018 is to just go for the thing. Like rather than it being A to B to C to D to E to F to G, you want to get to T, yet you have to go through all, like if you want to get to T, just choose it. So there's a sensation as well of a little bit of jumping dimensions or evolving timelines, or where is it that you're not choosing because you actually think in order to choose it, what you have to choose is a step to get to it, and you don't want to do the step to get to it. And sometimes there are steps that you don't want to do that you will do in order to get to it. And yet it's like, where is it that you're not choosing because you think there's a right or a wrong thing? That actually just taking the action or just vibrationally choosing is what the creation is asking for. And then where is it that you can just practice choosing? You choose all day long. And to practice split second choices. What are you going to wear today? Dunk dunk. It's done. What are you going to eat? Are you going to eat that or that? Takata. It's done. And then there may also be other ways that you choose, that you ask your higher self, or you have a meditation with us, with your expanded council, your team. And just because you have received the guidance from yourself, it doesn't mean that you have to choose it. So we're also bringing in energy to detangle that. Where are you not receiving your knowing because you think if you know it, then you have to go with it? That can be a separate step. Good. So we're just looking to see if there's anything else for August 2018. Iyo mo santayen nasai aya nisa kati wakayan kati wakayashi wakayashi. It is a delight to co-create with you during this very expansive evolutionary time and consciousness. We acknowledge your contribution to this energy trends and to divine transmissions community and the larger evolution and consciousness. All is light, and we are all.